Hi, I'm Danny with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at, I'm going to show you how to install the CURT 1.25" trailer hitch for your 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. So now let's get right into weight capacities. So your towing capacity is going to be 3,500 pounds. That is going to be your trailer plus whatever's inside of it. And then your tongue weight is going to be 350 pounds, and that's the max weight that can be pushed on the hitch receiver in the vertical direction. Now this hitch pin hole will need a 1/2" pin and clip. It does not come with the hitch when you purchase one, but it will come with most of your accessories. If you need to get one, we do offer them here at eTrailer, and I would recommend just getting a locking one so you have that extra sense of security. Now the safety chain loops are a little large on the bottom here, so they can easily accommodate your clevis-style or your S-hook. Go ahead and get you a couple measurements you may need to know. So from the ground to the top of the hitch receiver is about 14 3/4. And that's important to know if you have a accessory that sticks a little bit further out and you're going up a steep incline and you want to make sure that doesn't bottom out. Now the next measurement here is from the center of the hitch pin hole to the outside of your bumper, and that's going to be about 3.5 inches. So that's important to know if you have a folding bike rack and you want to make sure that doesn't come into contact with your bumper. So if you decide to get this hitch for your Subaru, please send in some pictures of what you're using it for with a review or comment. And as far as the install goes, it is very simple. It's just a bolt-on application. There is some grinding involved to get some of the spacers up in there. But other than that, it's pretty simple. But if you don't have the time or tools to do it yourself, please feel free to look at our dealer locator and we can find a professional to do it for you in your area. But without further ado, let's get into the install. All right, and first off, we're gonna wanna remove this cover on this hole back here, and there's gonna be one up here. So I'm just gonna get a trim panel tool. You could use pliers for this or a screwdriver. Get that one removed and this one as well. We are going to have to fish our hardware through this back hole here, but as you can see, it is a little too small. So what we're going to do is get a die grinder bit, burr bit, and I'm going to widen this out a little bit. And now that you've opened up both holes on both sides, I'm going to hit them with some spray paint just to prevent some corrosion or rust down the line. When you're waiting for this to dry, you can remove some of this caulking back here, either with a flathead screwdriver, a blade, or anything to get this off. And this might get in the way of when we raise our hitch up to sit flush against the rail here. We're gonna get our fish wire and go through our rearmost hole, and I'm gonna bend it just slightly just to make it a little easier to go through. I'm gonna feed this through and come out the hole we enlarged. Now I'm gonna bend the end as well just so that doesn't come back through. I'm gonna get our square washer on here, as well as our bolt threaded on. Put our spacer up through our hole, and then our bolt. I'm gonna get this fish down. For the other hole that we enlarged, we're gonna do it a little bit differently. First, we're gonna get our fish wire through our square spacer, and then we're gonna thread on our hardware. And now, I'm gonna push bolt through, then the spacer, and use that fish wire to put it through. Your kit comes with these spacers that we are going to actually tape onto our hitch, just so they're on there for when we lift it into place. Now make sure your spacer is running this way and not this way, because that will interfere with the frame. So we're gonna go ahead and tape this on. And I'm gonna do this on both sides. You can lift the hitch into place. It is good to have a friend help you. I've got Aiden here. He's gonna help me lift this into place. Now we're gonna get our fish wire and feed it through the corresponding holes in the hitch. And now get this lifted into place. Now we can pull our bolts through gonna spin when you try and put your nut on. So I'm gonna push it sideways to give it some tension, and then that'll help thread this on. With that in place, that'll hold it in so we can get the back ones on. You can come back with your 19mm socket and get everything tightened down. Now we can torque them down to the specs and instructions. Now if you don't have a torque wrench at home, we do sell them here at eTrailer, or you can usually rent one at your local auto parts store. And that was a look at our CURT 1.25" trailer hitch for our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek.